What's going on, guys? Got another video for you today. I hope everyone is being safe and obeying the social distancing guidelines in effect. I hope these videos are bringing a little entertainment for you while you're home, and I hope you learn a little something. Anyway, this video is another scav run that I have been using a lot. I don't go anywhere else lately with the scav unless it's reserved because I need a specific item. I've been going to Interchange. I've made a good amount of money from doing this, and I've had a very good success rate, not dying in raid. But before we get into that, I just want to tell you guys that I stream Escape from Tarkov every Sunday around 9 a.m. Eastern Time, and usually one or two other days during the week. I also set up a Discord server for anyone who wants to learn more about the game, you want to ask some questions, just chat, and you can also find other people to play with. I'll leave all those links down in the description below. But with all that out of the way, guys, let's dive into this video. Alright, so I've been running my scav runs on Interchange a lot lately. I'd say since the new patch, even more so. I did a video not too long ago of me doing scav runs in reserve, and to be honest with you, I barely go there unless I need specific items like military batteries or anything that you'd find on reserve. I can't think off the top of my head right now that's specific to that map. So I've been doing all my scav runs on Interchange. Usually the spawns for a scav are in the parking garage below Ollie, below Idea, in the back of Idea, the power station, and the other one I could think of off the top of my head is upstairs in the middle of the mall. All of these spawns are relatively good, if not they're very good, because you're at the mall, and depending on what time you get into raid, these spawns can be awesome. You can get somewhere before a PMC can even get there, so keep that in mind. One of my favorite spawns is power station though. Usually it's a little later in the raid, so you don't really have to worry about other players being there, just other scavs. But it seems like a lot of people, they just run in there, they turn the power on, and they run right into the mall to get to that ultra supply room, where all those LEDXs are spawning now, and medical supplies. This is perfect for someone like me, because they leave all that good loot behind. I've found graphics cards in there on the shelves. I found Deadly Slob's beard oil, numerous keys in the jackets, like expensive keys, I can't even name them all. I've found P.A.K.A. body armor in the bathroom in the power station. That's awesome, because oftentimes your scav doesn't have body armor, so you pick that up. I mean, it's only P.A.K.A. That's the only one I've ever found. But at least you have body armor now. You're protected with something. When I spawn in power station, I check all of power station. And then I usually hit the two nearby stashes. If you don't know where these are, I'll leave a link in the description. It's to a website that shows all the stashes on Interchange. Then I'll usually track back towards Railway Exfil, just because it seems to be a little less crowded. I've heard a stat that over 50% of PMCs get the Emercom exfil, so your chances of not running into somebody at Railway are better. So the other reason I do this is because there's more stashes to hit on your way to Railway exfil. Depending on how much time is left in the raid though, sometimes I'll even go back into the mall. So when I spawn in the back of Idea, I make sure to check all the areas in the back where the furniture is. There's beds and stuff. Where the beds are and the nightstands, I've actually found some cool stuff back there, like cat statues, lion statues, and some other random stuff that I can't think of on, off the top of my head. But there's definitely some good stuff in there, and people usually just run right by those. There's also a couple of gym bags to loot back there, And gym bags can spawn pretty much anything. I mean, you could find anything in a gym bag. I'll also check the computer room, which is all the way on the side of Idea. I'm sure you all know where it is. The best way I could describe it is if you're walking in through the front of Idea, you go to the left and hug that wall and you'll walk right into it. You never know what people miss or they're just not looting, so you check all the computers in there. I'm pretty sure there's another gym bag in there. I found some good stuff in there as well, and if not, you might find a dead player in there and not all the loot's gone. So then I'll usually head into the center of the mall, and my reasoning is because a lot of PvP happens here. That's where Killa spawns a lot, so either he'll be dead. Watch out if he's not, though, because he will kill you. And there's also a lot of scav killing that happens there. So there's plenty of bodies to loot. Usually when it's late in the raid, there's going to be no one around. And with this new weight system that we have, PMCs can't fit all the loot. So that's when I come in and I try to get whatever's left, like a scavenger. You'd be surprised at what you can find, you know. I found some decent body armor, decent weapons, ammo. I've even found a labs card on a few times on a dead scav, because lots of players just don't seem to think it's worth looting a scav, or they're just too full, whatever the reasoning is. I found them, so make sure you're checking scavs also. Again, I'll try to exit through the railway exfil or use Emercom. If you head towards railway exfil, make sure you hit the stashes again, because there are quite a few heading from that side of Idea. If you go out the back of Idea, I'm sorry, the front of Idea, I had that backwards. Yeah, so make sure you check that page out where all those stashes are, because there's a lot in the front there. So when I spawn on the Ollie side, usually it's in the lower garage area. I can't remember of another spawn in Ollie, but I could be wrong. I'm sorry. But either way, when you spawn on the Ollie side, I try to get right up to the first floor, and I head to the back area of Ollie, and I check all those shelves. I've often found fuel back there, propane, motors, gas analyzers, tubes, helixes, cable, Keck tape, and more dead scavs and players, because again, that's another hotspot. As people are trying to head in to go to the tech stores, they often get killed right there, and it's so late in the raid that you can often find some good stuff. So just something I wanted to touch on here while I'm talking about scavs. If you see another player scav, try to make friends with him. Do the wiggle, the shake, jump up and down. Show him you're friendly. In 2 of these clips, I was able to convince another player scav that I wouldn't shoot him. One, the other player had wiggled at me, and I knew he was a friendly right then and there. So we both went out of Idea, I'm pretty sure it was, and we headed right towards the stashes as you're heading towards railway exfil. I'm not sure he even knew about him, because he was following me, so hopefully I helped out a new player out there. If I did, I hope you learned something. There was another time that I was looting the stashes over by railway, and a scav player ran up on me, and he was ready to shoot me directly in the head. You'll see it in the clip. And I was shaking, no, left and right. I was wiggling, I was doing everything I possibly could so he wouldn't shoot. So I quickly went into my inventory and I dropped the labs card that I luckily had. And he was so skeptical to even pick up the labs card. Like, he bent down, he looked at me to make sure I wouldn't pop him in the head as he did it. And then, I kind of just turned away from him to show him that I wasn't going to shoot him. And then he picked it up, and he was still aiming right at me. So I just ran off and we went our separate ways, thank God. But I shouldn't have had to drop the labs card for him to not shoot me, is what I'm getting at. Other Scav players out there, let's help each other out and try to kill other PMCs. I think that's what, they want us to do as Scavs. I think that's what Nikita envisioned, is for Scavs to help other Scavs, and you team up on the PMCs. Imagine it. Imagine if there was 3 or 4 of us, and we were going against 1 PMC or 2. The odds become more in your favor, and imagine the loot you could come out with then. So, in another couple of these clips, depending on where you spawn, as you're heading into the middle of the mall. I believe it's across from Emercom, not Kiba. I'm pretty sure it's across from Emercom. There's a store there, and you'll see in 2 of the clips. On the shelf and on the desk, apparently is a loot spawn, and it's a higher tier because I found a Tetris and a graphics card, and that was one after another. I think I found the Tetris first, and then I found the graphics card the second time. So apparently it's a popular place to find high tier loot, I guess you would call it. Make sure you check that, because apparently players are running by it or running into the higher tier loot and leaving. I'm not sure, but there's also a medical spawn in that room, medical bag. And I've also found morphine on the shelf, so it's got some good stuff in there. And if you just hit that store and you were able to pull out that stuff, you can literally run to exfil and you'll be ahead of the game. You'll probably walk out of there with 400,000 ruples, if not more. Graphics card over the weekend was going for 320,000 ruples, I think, so they're up there. And a Tetris, I always trade it for a Bitcoin with Mechanic, and then you could hold on to it until you have a lot of Bitcoin and then sell them to therapists, or you can wait for them to go up in price again. But either way, don't just sell the Tetris. Trade it in for a Bitcoin, you get more money for it. Just a little tip. Alright guys, well, I could go on and on about Interchange and how much fun it is to run as a Scav. If you didn't know about this, I hope you learned something. It's quick, it's easy. You could be in a raid for 5 minutes, you could be in a raid for 15 minutes with these runs, depending on where you spawn and how used to the map you are. And that's another thing, if you're unfamiliar with Interchange, this is a great way to learn it. I seem to learn maps a lot easier by just running them with my Scav, so I'm getting to know Interchange very well. All the ins and outs and all the little shortcuts in between stores, and it's a great way to learn the map. But I just wanted to share my Scav runs and adventures with all of you, and if you're struggling to make some money in Tarkov, this is a great way, and you're going to make money fast. Especially if you have your hideout upgraded a bit, the intelligence center in your hideout, it lowers the time for you to be able to use your Scav again. So this was a great upgrade. I didn't know about this, when I first started playing. I learned it over time. But sometimes, by the time I'm done selling everything from one Scav run, the timer is just about up. And if I wanted to, I can go on another Scav run. I don't even need to, do the Scav, PMC like a lot of people do. But that's how quick it is. Maybe I'm just slow at selling everything. I don't know. But I try to get the most for everything I sell. So whether that's to the traders or on the flea market, I try to get the most I can. But anyway, guys, I hope this guide helps a little bit. And definitely check out the Stashes guide on Interchange. I'll leave the link in the description below. They're an awesome way to make some quick money. You can find some good loot in them. And usually you won't find many players around. So you can do this as a Scav or even a PMC. It's all outside, around the mall. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, you know what to do. I want to try to get 25 likes on this. I've never set a goal. I think that'll be pretty cool. And if I the more recognition I get on the channel, the more people we can reach, and that's my goal here. I want to reach as many people as possible. Don't forget to also hit the subscribe button if you want to see more videos in the future, and definitely come join the Discord server. You can find some other people to play with, you can ask questions, we could just chat, whatever you want to do. I'll leave that link down in the description below also. And lastly, guys, thanks again. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out, and be safe out there.